transient housing, more
Okay.
kind of similar story, I believe, to this building.
It's interesting too that the two building styles are so similar too.
Yeah.
It's weed at the Salty Run right across
Yeah.
that hotel. But this one's a lot bigger than that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
So
are you laughing with pointing that thing at me and you're laughing? What's going on? Is there something behind me? Do you feel cold? My right side.
for heaven's sake.
There's air coming through, so the air is going. That's why that curtain moving. That air is on and it's
Makes
going
sense.
through that.
Okay.
That's fine because it's like 69 right there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like if I move that,
That's appropriate for this room.
you'll really feel it. Yeah. You'll really feel it. 'Cause it's,
Oh yeah, that jumped it way down.
yeah.
Okay. And I'm sitting in the right spot.
I actually did turn it on to see if anybody was sitting around you.
Come, friends, join me.
There we go. Well, maybe we should start because like I said, by the time Nancy gets
Yeah.
here, she's
Let's
like,
go ahead.
she's
I go-
channeling everything.
Should I go see if they're even in the hallway?
Well, your
We
husband's
would
guiding
hear
her.
him, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
okay.
Probably
they know
in the
we were
stairwell.
coming. Okay.
Did you see the Suns Out, Buns Out show at the work?
No.
That just reminds me of the piece. I've got one of my Cthulhu's in it.
So
Who's the artist, or is it just a
That's
print?
Bradwell.
Bradwell. Okay.
so you might want to.
Yeah. Sorry.
They're all pencil drawings. And he didn't
They're
start,
all get their pencil?
yeah, and he didn't
Yeah, they're
start
drawing.
doing art
Oh.
until COVID and he got laid off from his job.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, COVID hit a lot.
Now he's a very well selling
So wow.
graphite artist, yeah.
You know,
And
I
these
don't
are
know
all
what I thought
originals
it was,
in
but-
here.
I thought it was like black and white photo
Photos,
that had
maybe?
been kind of like altered a little.
So originally we had the rooms were much more male centric and we got feedback back that people didn't feel it was inclusive enough. Like we had a lot of lesbian guests that would stay here.
This is very
and straight
male-centric.
people that wanted to stay here and they were like, we love it, but the rooms are very, so we shifted kind of the branding. So this feels very much like the initial branding of the hotel and then we shifted it probably 6 months ago. And so you'll see some still have elements of it in the rooms and others.
Well, and that's why I asked if the bar downstairs was like all
Yeah.
men, because
Yeah,
the
I mean,
name and.
it was all
you know,
originally
it's-
marketed towards men, but it's always, I mean, it's voted the best nightclub in St. Pete and not just gay nightclub, it's the best nightclub in St. Pete. It's won it for 4 years.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
This way I can also see any comments in case they have something.
Extremely popular nightclub.
You
And
have
that's
a
also
spare
going to
box?
change the energy here.
The
So that the nightclub element changes the energy.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, our EVPs are gonna be impacted by the boom, boom, boom of the music.
Yeah.
You get on the spirit box with ask questions.
Yeah.
sure.
And I'm also doing a voice recording.
Xbox. Danny. FM.
How do I turn it to AM?
You want AM?
We weren't getting anything
Let's
on
try.
it. Or,
We weren't, but we'll try.
yeah.
Nope, that is still.
That's FM.
Hello. Stop. Stop. Damn about it. Stop being all cranky with me now.
Xbox. Danny. FM.
No.
I'm getting an S name down here, male,
AM.
Steve, Sean, something.
Does Steve follow us?
Maybe.
Steve, if you're here, can you set off the REM pod, please? All you gotta do is put your hand, probably, near the long antenna.
Or Sean, it's some S name.
Whoever's here with
Oh,
us.
wait, do we have to have all, oh, Nancy, not.
Nancy has him.
So what we're trying to do is communicate with you. We're not here to bother you, chase you out. We just want to find out who's here. And if you have a message you want to pass on. So what we're doing is we're providing a couple of different ways for you to communicate with us. I think she has my EMF meter, but I've got another one. One thing that you can do is
No,
to...
the EMF meter is over there.
Oh, thank you. You can make contact with the EMF meter over there. You can
Set that up so
come
y'all can see
near
it.
the little red device over there that has the antenna. If you put your hand near it, that antenna will make a noise. I will set this here. You can light up this EMF meter. Hold. No. Now we can still see that visually. And we also have
The frame.
the spirit box.
I don't think it is set up though.
Oh.
Not in frame because it cuts off
Yeah, it's a
right
little
at
too
the
hot.
edge.
Oh, I've got a taller one. I've got EMF meters.
Okay. Yeah. If that
So-
spikes, you still don't see it too much, but that's okay.
Huh.
So
So is there someone here with us right now?
Is that visible in frame?
it is now.
So if somebody's in here, can you make the EMF meter light up? And what you have to do to do that is concentrate your energy, come closer to the meter, and just focus a little bit. And if you see that this is on the green, it'll go up. Make it yellow or orange. So if somebody's here, can you please indicate
That's-
that?
That's someone walking into the door.
The room we want to be in isn't a room.
It's a nightclub!
Welcome to the party.
And we just got started doing a UV. Set up the cat ball, so.
Four,
Sorry,
Sorry,
can
I'm
see.
on the video now.
Don't apologize for being on the video.
Sorry.
I'm on video.
Did y'all have any luck in the stairwell?
I'm gonna put these on the floor.
No, I mean, I don't know if she did going. Did I turn these off or kill off?
Oh, one side, that's.
Could be why they weren't going off. Could be the other ones weren't going off because I haven't turned off. Sorry. That happens. Oopsies.
Okay.
So we got
So
Got the REM
is
pod.
anybody here with us right now? You have even more ways to interact with us. We've got sensitives that you can communicate with. You can touch the little balls on the floor. They are paranormal cat balls, but it's fine. And if you touch them, they'll light up. You don't even have to touch them.
You
Very hard.
cannot. Viva's saying she can't see the cat balls.
Yeah, because they're on the floor.
Or she can't. I know. Hold on, Beef.
Is Christy watching too, or just me?
Right now we just have one, so probably just Viva.
Oh, okay.
Here.
We can't see, there's still not a frame.
There we
There, now
go.
you can see him.
I'm in. Can you see him now?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can see him.
We
Now.
got him now.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
So
awesome.
if anybody is present,
I do this in my house.
I know this is fun, isn't it?
This was an unexpected, like that we were pulled here.
This is
and
the
now-
VIP room that those guys were looking for. Remember?
But this is the room where I wanted to cough, so let's see what's going on here.
Was this the room that had the fire?
Are you picking up on a name? Because I already did. And I want to see if you get the same.
I will say my throat feels
That's interesting,
scratchy.
'cause I was gonna say Gary, but then I'm remembering you said something about a Carrie. But I don't remember what you said about them.
Okay.
But yeah,
Nowhere near.
okay, that's probably not. I'm terrible at names. I
Not
know that.
not the same name.
Except for apparently not, because I said Harvey.
So
Yeah,
I will say my
um,
throat feels scratchy. Like
Is this room
Discussion.
associated with the fire?
Something's going on here. Let me see.
Is
Socks,
this-
ghost socks. I wore my ghost socks for Brandy.
Very cute. Is this associated with a patient who lived here? Somebody who had emphysema or smoked?
Oh, now you're coughing too.
I just said my throat was itchy. So
Maybe this was the fire room.
Was this used by a smoker? Outside
That
noise.
was,
Outside
That was
noise,
outside.
that's one fun. Even I heard that.
no, the basis is whether or not Brandy gives it.
I heard it. Outside noise. Do you want to indicate your presence for us? Do you want to communicate with us? Again, we're not here to hurt you. We just want to find out who you are. If you have a message to pass on, we have the folks that work here. Is there anything you want to tell them?
Right there just popped.
Is anybody feeling
I'm
anything?
sensing a black man.
Okay.
He feels like he's in his 30s, like late 30s.
Okay.
Um,
What year? Outside noise.
Yeah, that was a door in the hallway. Are you getting a name? That was
Outside noise.
outside.
Green is blink. Oh yeah, this is blinking.
What's blinking?
The EMF.
this man feels like he would have worked here when it was the facility.
Okay. Can you confirm that you worked here when this was an ACLF? If the answer is yes, can you make our EMF meter spike? Can you make this light go up? Or touch the cat toys? Or make the REM pod make a noise? Touch the antenna? We'd love to have a visual record of your presence.
I feel like he got scratched. I feel like I can feel fingernails going down my cheek, like somebody was like grabbing at him.
Fingernails hurt.
They do.
The scene I'm seeing is it's like, and then he like took the wrist and like pinned this woman down so she couldn't hurt him.
Voices outside.
So that would have been a resident?
Yeah. With dementia. Like didn't know what she was doing.
Okay. What were some of his jobs here?
He feels like he was an aide.
Are we getting a name?
You getting a name?
I did earlier. But I don't want to say it because I want to see if you,
No, I won't.
I was getting an S name, like a Steve or a Sean.
We got Steve upstairs, remember?
Yeah, I was wondering if
I said,
Steve
"Oh, Sean."
followed us, but I don't think Steve followed us.
Is that your name? You can let the cat balls go and then we'll know what to call you. Is this the whatever your initials were you gave it? Sorry. I should pay better attention, but I channeled. Was that in the 1980s? It would have been the whatever, ACLU, the AC.
Oh, yeah.
Would that have been in the 80s?
Living facility.
ACLS.
Late 80s or 90s, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like this guy is alive anymore, but I don't think he died here. I think he's just kind of that imprint energy.
Okay. No message to pass on?
Who got tapped on the shoulder? Somebody get tapped on the shoulder? Have you heard any story of someone feeling like somebody came up behind them and tapped them on the shoulder? Because it feels like there's somebody, feels more playful.
There's somebody here besides.
Yeah, this feels like somebody playful that would come and like, that's like what I felt behind me. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
When I felt that behind me. Like they come up from behind. But fun.
What
Were
do
you
they,
the one standing behind Nancy or myself earlier this evening?
do they have an opinion on the building today?
That's a great question.
Is anything happening with the EMF for?
It's
There,
quiet.
there were a couple
I
of
feel like the guardians is a building, you know, the property. Spiritual guardians. It's almost like they're really happy because of this joyful energy you've brought to the building. That you've taken it from a place that had a lot of tragedy, a lot of darkness, a lot of sadness, and you've almost flipped it into a place of the complete opposite of joy, of celebration. My suggestion to you, from what I felt here, is to, and I don't know how much you've done of this, it feels like you have a lot of latent imprint energy that's still here. So not haunting so much as just
The past is
not great things happen here, right? And it feels like there's still some imprint energy, and just do a clearing here. You know, use your sage, use oils, whatever is your process, and just kind of clear. And you don't have to go into each room. I feel like you can just do the hallways and just sort of send it each way, because it just feels like there's still some of that sitting in places here.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised the music hasn't changed it. Vibrations and
What-
frequency will do that too.
Yeah, but it feels like these hallways feel like they get stuck little corners where the energy is just kind of, you know, you talk about chi flow, and it's got places where it just sort of stagnates.
Right.
So it's like just going through and getting that energy moving and flowing again. From that kind of stuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not feeling a definite like personality or individual? Because a lot of what you picked up on so far has kind of been what we've, some of the research
Right.
has shown. And I guess a lot of incidents weren't reported. So,
Yeah.
but you're not feeling like a separate entity.
I don't feel anything in here.
In the building in general?
no, this one.
Why were we pulled to this room?
The coffin.
The coffin. This could have been where they had that fire. Because remember that woman was in this room again.
I know, but it's
Down.
like we were pulled to this room and then nothing's like coming through to us.
You guys were pulled very hard to this room.
Really hard into this room.
Yeah, and yet nothing's coming through to us once we're in here, which is weird.
Try the spirit box? We started to.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then we
let's do the
stopped.
spirit
Yeah,
box. We
let's
didn't
do
do the
the
spirit
spirit
box.
No, we started to and then we stopped and then you guys came in.
Sorry. No, it's.
I'll bring it up if you want. So is anybody here with us right now? If you can channel your energy into that box and give us an answer, please, we'd appreciate it.
Can you tell us your name?
And I'm gonna cough now, hold on.
It's traveling.
It is.
Is this where the fire was? Can you tell us?
Now we had one more piece of information that so far Christy has not found anything in public records, so I'm not, let's see here. Oh, she found another article about Haworth. Okay, so this talks about E.B. Haworth. All right, I can see too well the glasses. Bought the 3-story, 56-room hotel in 1934 back in Royal Oak, Michigan, where he practiced law for many years. He was a member of the draft board during World War I, city attorney for several years. It was the change in the political picture in 1933 that brought Haworth the Elder to Florida. Rather than change his Republican affiliation, he retired from the political scene and resumed his law practice. He came here in the interest of a client who wanted to start a business here, saw the MariJean, and made an offer for it. Then he became blah blah, lots of stuff. Milton was, they talked about Milton. Milton was 15 when the family first moved here. His mother, the former Laura Smith of Orion, Michigan, was a landscape painter, who had studied at both Craybrook Art Academy and the Detroit Art Institute. The junior Haworth had grown up with art and painting with watercolor since the age of 12. In St. Petersburg High School, he became interested in stage design. Oh. Okay, this is way back. He was in the Army. He created scenery for Catherine Cornell, Helen Hayes, and other well-known stage stars. He was transferred to the infantry, went to Europe in 40 something, I can't see the number. Was captured with the machine gun squad near Colmar in 1944 and was a prisoner of war for 6 months. He returned to this country in 1945. He graduated from Carnegie Tech in 1946. He worked for Gertrude Lawrence and Dennis King. Wow. Okay, so this is the fellow that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, you did find that.
Okay.
So it's a father and son. Has a nice picture too.
Is there anybody who wants to talk to us through the radio?
Okay, she also noted that it was still a respectable hotel throughout the 1950s, used for weddings and school meeting events. All right. What years was it an ACLF?
I'm excited. Okay, can you talk to us then? Can you tell us something?
Why are you excited?
Are you excited to talk to us?
Now, did you say that Milton is still alive, or is this a different Milton?
Milton passed away.
Different one. Okay. That would have been cool, but okay. But he was the gentleman that you talked about.
People? That's what I got. So
Really
he's excited that there's people.
Well, yeah, there's people that want to talk to
So
you.
what are some of the experiences you all have had here?
So, in accordance with the notes, they talked about just a couple of days ago, a couple of staff were downstairs in the kitchen, and the kitchen was closed, but they were the only two in there, building locked, and they both heard like a loud grunt coming from inside the kitchen, but there was nobody else there. When they were doing remodeling, they would be in different parts of the first, the second floor, then the third floor. and they would feel somebody like behind them, or they would hear a
We both thought
noise.
that.
You said on the fifth floor?
Second and third. So they
Yeah.
started with the second, then moved to the third. And they would say, hey, they both had the same experiences, even though different parts of the hotel.
Right.
Apparently, they did find a dead body here about 5 years ago, right?
Probably 4 years ago.
4
yeah.
years.
When the pest control people came, they alerted Melvin, who was the GM at the time. He called me and said, this man is dead in the room on the third floor, I
Do we
believe.
know what room?
I don't. I can find out.
Yeah,
Please do. Yeah. We'll see if we're anywhere near close.
If it was 323.
Or a couple other ones.
Yeah.
Do they know what he died from?
They believe drugs, I think, right, Lee?
I think so. It was an overdose.
I'm surprised though, because Christy hasn't been able to, she didn't find it in public records, so I don't know how they would have hushed that up.
I don't either.
I'm gonna ask her again to check public records.
Yeah, we felt you did.
Oh, and hold on.
Yeah.
Interesting to know what's real.
There was only one other comment, that was from the GM, David
Yeah, 3 and
Fox.
7 was another room.
And he said that I guess only one other person has ever asked him about paranormal experiences.
Sorry for ignoring you, we sort of got distracted. Is there anybody here who wants to speak to us?
Okay,
We still have the
since,
balls out, we still have the.
okay. So one person stated he had heard voices near his room, and as we had not been open very long, and there were no other guests registered in the rooms near his or in the hallway when we looked, I know David Fisher has stories of his own to share about his experiences. Okay, so that's the only other report. So do you think they're echoes from the past?
I think you have a couple different things, you can turn that off. I think you've got a couple different things going. You've got the imprint energy because of all the different tragic things that went on here over the years. And I think you also have a couple of spirits that are here. One is a really playful spirit that loves to come up behind you. That's what we felt. That's obviously what you felt. Like they come up and you can almost, but they're joyful. Like they're not ominous. Like, did you feel threatened when you
I've
felt
never felt threatened in the building.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, we haven't
no.
felt anything negative in the building.
I felt times I don't want to go into certain areas of the building,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I've never felt
That's
threatened.
probably the imprint energy. That's that stuck energy I'm talking about. Yeah, because this one, it like comes up behind you, but they're playful. And I think you've got that. I think you have, so they've never heard like steps up and down the hall, right?
I've heard people like that. Melvin and I, when we would paint rooms and we would hear people and we'd be like, did you just hear somebody up here? Is anybody up here with us? We both experienced that many times over.
Oh. She also added, so many elderly people died there during the time it was a retirement home, too many to list.
Yeah.
Right.
In the 1970s and early 80s before it became a home for the mentally challenged. So it was a hotel through the 50s, then it sounds like 60s, retirement home, 70s and 80s, ACLF.
What?
96, it sounds like that was the low, I don't want to, not tenement lot, but,
Yeah.
lower income housing. And it sounds like that went on for a little while
It did. It did.
until 2004, or not 2004, until about 4 years ago. Okay. Yes.
There was something about, there was somebody that was pushed off the roof,
She said there were
Died.
multiple suicide
Pushed off the
attempts.
off the roof, yeah.
Either
Oh, wow.
pushed
We
or
always heard
jumped.
that, there was something,
Is that where we were, or did they go the other way?
No, we never went onto the roof.
No, I mean, where we were, did they go down
I,
into
well, I
that
think it was the
courtyard
back.
or the other way?
I think
Okay,
it
so
was
we're
the rear
back.
or the back.
Did you feel anything when you went upstairs? That
Well, we
area?
went the stairs, but then we went between the two buildings. And I felt like there was somebody
In the
way
courtyard.
back in the courtyard thing where you would have had the
Right
windows
out.
open because there was no air conditioning back then. And somebody who was kind of mentally ill, like, went out one of the windows. Not intentionally, but not intentionally, because they weren't quite.
Well, she did say lots of suicide attempts. So I'm wondering if the more playful spirits, I mean, they might have been here while it was a retirement home. I'm wondering if that's where that's coming from. So they do have a person or two who's maybe having some fun here. I mean, you know, it's okay. And then the past energies. Honestly, I still wonder if some of those energies are going to dissipate on their own.
No, you're gonna clear on their home. What is your process for clearing? Because you seem to feel like you understood when I said clear the energy.
I mean, I use sage, I use Palo
Okay, so you
Santo.
know.
Yep.
You can also use rosemary.
Okay.
You can use sound vibrations. I mean, crystal
Sound
bowls,
vibrations, yeah.
anything along those lines. Usually, what I have found, particularly if this is energy from the past, again, it's not unusual here at all. Like I said, the Crest Building, same deal, right? They had been a five and dime, and then they were businesses, then they were apartments, and then they went back to offices. I mean, it's flipped so many times. And they kind of had a stagnant energy of like from times where people were going through the building when it was a five and dime. And then you still had some of this overlapping energy from when it was an apartment. It was kind of, I mean, that's what some of these old buildings do in St. Pete. Like I said, I'm in Art Lofts, which is second floor to Florida Craft Art. Nope, you're not part of Rutland's. Okay, because you're 600 block, right? But
I'll have to rewatch Viva.
Rutland's was kind of interesting because it was a ballroom and then it became essentially a store. Yeah, and it was a store until basically 96, and then it went to the arts. So it doesn't have that same series of different experiences coming through. But I have found over time, typically what will happen is the longer you're here, the more that will dissipate. The more active you are in doing it, the faster it'll go. I wouldn't be that concerned about it. That would probably be my hunch. Can we get any confirmation that the entities that are here, the spirits that are here, maybe from the retirement home time? You know, it would be really interesting if they lived here during a time where you could not come out. And now they're coming here because it's so delightful, right? It's so inclusive, but I don't know, that's just a hunch. But do we have any way of confirming that? Can they confirm that they were here maybe in the 60s? We had
I told you about
62.
something in 1962, but I
Yeah,
don't
you
remember
did.
what, because I don't, when I channel, I don't pay attention, so I don't know what I said.
Okay, well, luckily we have that.
We have to rewatch it anyway. It at some point while you were talking, it spiked up to the orange.
Oh, that's interesting.
But Viva doesn't know exactly what it was he said.
Okay.
So, and I didn't see it until after we had passed what you were talking about.
Yes, very. Do you have questions for us?
Yeah, we can open it
No,
up.
it's
totally.
very interesting to
Yeah.
participate in the parts we've participated in for sure.
It has actually been, like I said, I do keep everything under wraps, and I was impressed you got the stabbing because I was like, oh my gosh, what? Wow.
And we got the head.
You got the what?
Oh.
Head.
The head, yeah, somebody falling, jumping or
Someone
falling.
was stabbed in the head.
Okay.
Yeah, Wilbur or Wilburn, which is really close to the Will name we got. But I thought that was the kid, but maybe it was the.
So all of that would be kind of
Stabbing.
interesting. I'm still gonna set Christy. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Another yellow spike. Okay.
On what?
She's just notating when yellow spike. So we were talking about this. Well, we were just talking about the stabbing.
No, we already know with the stabbing, somebody got stabbed. The dude was stabbed in the head. And I think there were multiple stabbings here.
I think there were a lot of everything.
There was a lot of.
It's so interesting to me as I felt the energy in different places and I'm hearing the stories because I feel like the history of this building has not been one of a high frequency, right? A really happy, welcoming place. It's had a, no matter what, in its different,
Well, the hotel it probably
Seasons.
was.
it feels very different here.
Yeah,
It feels like you reset this whole building.
yeah, I would agree.
We have
with
a
that.
lot of people that visit that say they were kids and their parents always brought them here. We've had people come back and actually show pictures. talk about the gardens and how beautiful they were out back. So, but that was very early.
Well, she said it was still a hotel through the 50s,
Yeah.
so that would make some sense. And St. Pete, remember, goes through a cycle. So we get this beautiful post-World War II boom. Everybody comes down here, up through probably the 50s.
Mhm.
And then starting in the 60s, it starts to kind of slow down here. One thing that does shift, well, first of all, Florida has always been a freaking weird state. And we've always been like understaffed for police and all sorts of things. So that's that. Remember, all the serial killers come here. Just reminding you of that. In the 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
Every single freaking serial killer, I swear, has been
moving
here in
to-
Florida. Yeah, it's great. But Florida was just so, nobody wanted to be here. And it was so sparse. And I know Mom and I moved here in 1980. And it was very working class oriented, very sparse. You had old families, long lineages of blood, and you did have some wealthy folk along Bayshore, thanks to Academy of Holy Names, but that's fine.
Where Brandy and I both went to school.
I'll never get over it. It's fine. But really here, and you've been here.
I was born and raised here. My family's been in St. Pete for about 115 years.
Yeah, I
My
mean,
great-grandmother
wow.
moved here
They're
in
kind
about
of-
1905, built a hotel downtown.
and actually that's cool because one of the
Nice.
early building booms was 1905 to 1915. So we start seeing the wood structures coming in. What?
Came from Savannah area.
Okay, and what was the name of the
The
place?
Butler Arms. Hotel Butler Arms is directly behind where Sundial is now on 3rd. It's on 3rd. Now
And it
there's,
still
I think
exists?
there's some townhouses called, I think, Ferrum Square, that when they tore it down in the 80s, they built those in the 80s right back there, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great 3-story with outlying little, I wouldn't say cabins, but little houses around it. Like my great-great-aunt lived in one and such.
Do you have
And my-
pictures from it?
Yeah, we have some of the postcards, some of the original brochures from the hotel.
Sweet.
So my great grandmother and her sister ran it up until it closed. They tore it down and lived in it. They lived in it by themselves year round.
When did they tear it down?
I think it was around 1984,
Okay.
1985. And summertime they lived there by themselves in this 3-story hotel. Just 2 old ladies in this hotel. And it was, it was a great place. As kids, we go there, but we never go to the 3rd floor. It was always up 3rd floor was haunted. So we'd never go upstairs.
Oh, they tore it
I
down.
don't ever remember going up there. But, the old iron beds in the rooms.
But you
and-
kind of remember, like in the 80s, it was,
yeah, it was
it was
It's a
definitely
time
in decline. I know
Decline,
downtown had, no traffic,
yes.
and, St. Pete kind of rebounds in the 90s.
Yes.
And then we start getting all these people moving down in the early 2000s, and then thanks to Ron DeSantis and
Yeah, all great.
mess,
Yeah, exactly.
we had this whole new. But they're
Absolutely.
leaving. They're leaving. They're leaving.
Let's hope so.
It's
They
fine.
all take their stuff and write it back on.
I'm telling you. But anyway, so, but I remember when Florida was kind of, I don't know, there were just parts you didn't go to, like Suitcase City and, like I said, downtown St. Pete. Ybor was tough. I mean, there were pockets that were
There were
really
parts
dark.
around town, yeah, I mean, we
So-
certainly didn't go down, south of Central Avenue, especially down, you get to the
Yes.
corridor of the Deuces,
Oh.
22nd and 18th.
Was
those
that the
areas are just-
riots in
yeah.
92? Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So we had just moved over here that same year, and they had riots.
Riots in my high school.
Race
I was
riots.
there, with
Yeah.
Dixie Holland, so that was in the 70s, and we had a lot of race riots. there.
Yeah. So it was. So again, I still personally, I think some of that energy will dissipate. I just wish that the ones that had more personality would kind of tell us who they were. We might have some luck with Carissa, our guinea
Tonight,
pig.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do a,
Yeah, it's just,
I'll do an EVP
it's a
session
very
in my room.
interesting energy because your 2nd floor and your 3rd floor feel very different energetically.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
They're just different.
Well, you all are welcome to wander around wherever you want to
No,
wander.
thank you. It's really interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just take it in, the
Yeah,
elevators.
you guys really did a great job of shifting the energy here, I'm telling you. I'm talking energetically, not like, oh, the decor,
Right.
of course.
Yeah,
I mean
but-
energetically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we weren't We were planning on doing that because it was a creepy place. It was
Yeah.
a creepy, dirty place. And
Really
we
done
all hated to come up here.
Yeah, I didn't remember Grand Central being that wild, wild west. That's weird.
It was for a period of time. There was some, directly across the street where Lost and Found is a bar, something different. And it was a very,
They had
very
a lot
urban
of
bar.
shooting.
I mean,
Lots of shootings. At night, they would literally come out of the bar and you couldn't drive down Central because they would be all in the middle of the street. They would move. And so a lot of people complained about that, but there was lots of shootings.
I mean, I remember when the art scene started moving up here. Whenever that happens, it's when everything kind of starts reviving.
Right, it does
but-
start to go away, but yeah, it was a while before.
Yeah, that's weird. That is so
Lost
weird.
and Found, kind of lost.
Because
It
Grand
was-
Central is
And Central, yeah, it's
very
almost had, like,
classy right now. I mean, it's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Here's my question. This is speculation. So they're building all these, we can probably stop the live, but they're building all these massive condos down there, right? But we still only have one lane each direction. Where are these cars supposed to go?
Oh, it's gonna
Yeah,
get
they have, oh, well, they're
worse.
parked there. No, but they have to come out and go back.
back.
And you're about to have thousands of people with all those condos they're building, and I'm like, Central Avenue is still only one lane each way.
Yes.
That's
North
right.
Avenue is still only one lane.
And I think they count on a lot of people being, that, like, this is their second home.